Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about the loneliness of a business idea. So it is about 5:45 in the morning and I'm out for an early morning walk. I haven't shaved, my breath is bad. I'm just kind of nasty. Just threw on some clothes and thought I'll go out for a walk, which is not something I normally do. It's not part of my routine, but ever since lockdown started a couple months ago, I've had a real tough time getting back into a routine, right? My whole thing used to be, I get up at 4:30 in the morning, I go to the office, then I go to the gym, and then all this stuff. And then lately I've just been getting up around 6:30, and which isn't so bad, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. So this weekend I got a message from a friend of mine. I haven't spoken to her in, it must be about 6 months, a fellow business owner. And she just sent me a message the other morning saying, "Hey Eric, I had this idea, and do you have a few minutes later today? I just want to get your opinion of it." So I thought, yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't mind. I said, "You want to have a call now?" And she said, "No, I have to go run a few errands. Maybe we could do it a bit later on." And I said, "Yeah, sure. Let me know when you're available." Right? And then later on, she said, "Actually, let's just do text messages because I was really buzzing about this idea earlier today, and I think it might not be, now I'm kind of thinking whether or not it's actually going to work, and, it might be a little bit too ambitious." I said, "Okay, well, fine." So we exchanged a few text messages, and I said, "Okay, that's going to be really difficult because yada, yada, yada." I won't go into the details of it, but I may not have mirrored the enthusiasm about it, which is like, it wasn't really my idea. So, and then that was it. And it started to bother me the rest of the day because I thought, actually, I know what it's like. A lot of you guys who put out your own app and you had this idea and you started, or you have a business idea, or you have an idea for something. It's difficult when you're the only one who sees it. It's difficult when you have nobody on your side, nobody to cheer you on, nobody to believe in it. Now, I can't say that I could believe in every other person's idea, but you also have to encourage it. Because you could tell by the language. So the language was, "I've got this great idea. Hey, I want to run it past you." And then later on it was like the first person that started to talk her out of it was her, right? She was like, "Yeah, I started thinking, I was buzzing about it this morning, but now I'm thinking, maybe it's a bit too ambitious." Common sense, came in, right? It was still a really good idea, but common sense started to come in. And then we were going through the technical aspects of it. I said, "Yeah, that would definitely be awesome, but it would be a huge task to do. But it doesn't mean it was impossible." Right? And then that started to dampen it a little bit. So the next day I sent a text message saying, "Hey, do you know what? One of the most, you have something that not a lot of people have, which is a vision. You have an idea, you have something to do. And I don't want to take away from that. Nobody should. Right? The hardest thing in the world is to believe in something that nobody else believes in, and you're the only one doing it. It is it's lonely. It's lonely, and it's so easy to give up because it's just yours. Any of you guys who have ever released your own application as opposed to doing it for a client knows how difficult it is to finish your own application because you give up on yourself the easiest. You start to wonder, you start to self-doubt yourself. Well, maybe not a lot of people do. I do. Self-doubt yourself thinking, should I even bother doing this? Is this even worth doing? It's lonely having an idea on your own, right? It's nice if you get people on your side, but it's not their idea. They don't have to get on your side. And that's the hard bit about it, right? You might have a great app idea and share it with your partner or your spouse or your siblings or your friends, and they don't feel the same enthusiasm about it as you do, but that's just because you haven't shown it to them yet. I remember starting off my first application and I was the only one who thought it would be a good idea. and that was tough. I remember thinking, and I kept second guessing. I would take 2 steps forward, 1 step back all the time, and it's tough, right? It just is. If you have that app idea, if you have that business idea, if you have an idea of any kind, don't give up on it. Don't give up on it, and don't be dissuaded by the fact that you share your idea and somebody else doesn't have the same enthusiasm to you, or they might be a bit more pessimistic about it, or they might be a bit more cautious about it because they're looking after you. Anyway, it was a nice experience, I suppose. But I wish her all the best. I might drop a message in a couple weeks' time, just a little bit more encouragement, right? Because my initial encouragement wasn't so great. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope you have a great week ahead. And that's it for today. I'll talk to you again next week.